Hey, what's up, y'all? This is episode 5 of this series, and we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. I don't know how long I'm gonna last with this. I'm just gonna, do once a week, which I've been doing. So we got some things to talk about. We got the NBA playoffs is set. The play-in starts tomorrow. Today, if you're watching this when it comes out. That's pretty much all we're gonna be talking about. My predictions for the playoffs, my predictions for the play-in tournament. All this stuff with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to talk a little bit about UFC for the first time on this channel. And there's not a lot going on with really any other sports, so I'm pretty much just going to keep it NBA related. Of course, there's a lot to talk about with the NBA with the playoffs starting up, so hey, stay tuned. Let's get it. So this has just been released. All the scheduling and all the matchups here are set. I'll just go ahead and start with a play-in tournament. We have a couple interesting matchups. I'll start on the West here. We got the number 9 seed, the New Orleans Pelicans, going up and facing the Thunder, which, I mean, I haven't really put too much thought into this matchup, but I have a feeling I want to lean towards the Pelicans. Even without Zion, I still feel like they're the better team. They're having surprisingly good this year at 40-42, but I just New Orleans got home court advantage. I think Brandon Ingram's been playing pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and say New Orleans finishes that one-game series off with a dub. So the 7 seed, the Lakers, are gonna face the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I don't know if y'all seen, but we had some shit go down in this Minnesota game. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Twitter real quick. Rudy Gobert throws a punch at one of his teammates. I just found this out today. Let's just go ahead and watch this video here. Not that video. Here is the video.
Anderson and Rudy Gobert.
So there's some talking going on. This is Kyle Anderson here. This is Rudy Gobert here. This guy's trying to hold his hand, I guess, here. I don't know what's being said. I read something that was like Kyle called him a bitch, which I think that's kind of what aggravated him. I don't know what the conversation's about. They're going back and forth. He's got his hand out. I think this is where he calls Rudy a bitch. And then Rudy goes and gives him the 1-2 punch. Nope, not the 1-2 punch. Then step forward a little bit, give him a good old right hand. He ain't expecting that. You can tell he ain't expecting that. I could tell none of them was expecting it. This guy's like, "Hey Rudy, don't do that." Boom, right to the face. Did it even land though? Did it land? I don't think it landed. It kind of hits him in the neck, chest area. Fuck. Imagine that would have landed. He gets completely knocked out. Like, Anthony Edwards is like, oh shit. Yo, Ant is like, what just happened? I thought we were chilling, talking about the next play we're gonna go. Ant's like, what the fuck? Look at this guy's eyes. Oh my god. Ant's like, oh. Ant's like, hey. Cat's just so calm right now. He's like, what the fuck, guys? He's like, yo, you gotta chill, Rudy. He gets pushed back. Kyle's trying to go back at him for a retaliation here. Fuck, Rudy, I think probably just goes to the locker room. So, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so Rudy Gobert got sent home, and then I think at some point after this, Jalen McDaniels punches a wall in frustration. I don't know what that was about. And he broke his hand, so he'll be out of the play-in game. I'm not sure if Rudy will be playing in that game. I would assume he would be playing. But I am not 100%. Obviously, a lot of chemistry issues and just team issues in general going on with the Timberwolves, which that's not going to help you in a one game, play-in scenario. I'm going to go ahead and say the Lakers win it. Lakers are going to get the home court advantage. So I'm putting So, like I said, in that New Orleans game, I think I'll have to go with New Orleans. I don't know, though. I don't know. If I had to put money on it, I put New Orleans and Lakers win. I got New Orleans winning. So that would knock out OKC. So New Orleans would end up playing Minnesota for the 8th seed. New Orleans, Minnesota, that's another toss-up. I'd probably go ahead and pick New Orleans to win that. So New Orleans goes to play, would it be Denver, and then LA would go on to play Memphis. So let's go ahead and go on to the East here. Toronto versus Chicago. I think that's a toss-up. It's gonna be in Toronto. I'm kind of leaning towards Toronto here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Toronto on that one. Miami, Atlanta. Now I think this is the best game of the. Play-in. I mean, you got a Miami team who, in the past 4 years since the bubble, they've gone far in the playoffs. I think besides 1 year. But I mean, they've been getting far in the playoffs. They've been, one of the best teams in the East for a while. Besides this year, they kind of took a dive down. But like I said, you got Miami, a team that has some dogs on their team. They're really a defensive-minded team, and great coach. You could say a superstar in Jimmy Butler. Most people would probably just say a star. I don't know how good their bench is. I don't know. I'm a Sixers fan, and I feel like we always lose to the Miami. I feel like they do a good job defending on Joel. But yeah, anyways, they're gonna go ahead and play Atlanta, which, like I said, that's a great matchup because you got Atlanta, who's also, in the past 2-3 years has been one of the top teams, or one of the better teams in the East. You got Trae Young, you got Collins, you got Capella. Like, I'm gonna lean towards Miami. So you got to think, you got the offense of Atlanta versus the defense of Miami. I'm gonna have to lean towards Miami here, so I think Miami's gonna go ahead and pull it off. Miami's gonna go ahead and play Boston. Woo! Why do I feel like Miami and Boston are always playing each other in the? Why do I feel like Miami and Boston are always playing each other in the playoffs? Yo, how many times have they played each other in the playoffs? Anyway, so I think Miami will go on to play Boston. Toronto. So it'd be Atlanta versus Toronto in that game. That's another toss-up. They have identical records. Atlanta, Toronto. Who do I think is gonna pull that off? I think Atlanta will pull that off. I think Atlanta has enough offense to pull that off. I would have to go with Atlanta there. So Atlanta's gonna go ahead and play Milwaukee, and probably gonna get swept. Probably going to get swept against Milwaukee. So there's my predictions for the play-in. So I'll go back to the West now. So Denver against New Orleans. If Zion can get in shape and actually play some basketball like he's paid to do, that'd be a good series. That could probably go 6 games. But without Zion, I don't know. I know Brandon Ingram's playing good. They got McCollum. Denver's just so good. I'm going to say that's going to go 5 games. I think Denver wins in 5. Phoenix versus LA. I think this is a good series. LA not having Paul George kind of sucks. I wish I would be able to see that. Still a good series, though. That's still a good series. Phoenix has been hot. With the Western Conference being wide open, Phoenix is probably, as of late, been one of the hottest teams in the Western Conference. When KD's playing, they just don't lose. You know what I mean? But they got Kawhi. They have good depth. I mean, you put Kawhi on. Who do you put Kawhi on? You put him on, Devin Booker? Or do you put him on KD? It's like, okay, you put him on KD, then who's going to guard Devin Booker? You put him on Devin Booker, who's going to guard KD? If I'm LA, I'm putting Kawhi on KD, and then putting someone else on Devin Booker. But who do I think will win this series? I think Phoenix will win, and probably. The thing, if Paul George was healthy and playing, I think this would be a long series. But without Paul George, I think this ends in. I'm leaning towards 5. I'm gonna say this ends in 5. I think Phoenix wins in 5. Now we got Sacramento against Golden State. Fucking Sacramento, getting the 3 seed is already an accomplishment in its own. No one expected them to be the 3 seed at all. I still can't believe they're the 3 seed. That blows my mind. Fortunately, they're gonna go up against Golden State, who just won the NBA championship and have been playing really good basketball lately. So it's not a good matchup for Sacramento. If I was Sacramento, I'd rather see LA. I'd rather see the late. They got the worst matchup. Everyone's saying the Golden State's gonna win this, and I kind of have to agree. Golden State's gonna win it, and probably it's not gonna be a sweep. I mean, it's not gonna be a sweep. I think Sac has at least. I think Sac's gonna win at least one. I'll say this. I'm gonna say Golden State in 6. I think Sac will win a couple games, probably the home games, but they're not winning this series. They're like I said, it's the worst matchup. They're going against a team with so much playoff experience. It's like the complete opposites. You got Golden State, who has probably the most playoff experience of any team. Probably any team in the entire playoffs. And then Sacramento with absolutely no playoff experience. So yeah, Golden State's gonna win in 6. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in 5. But I'm gonna say Golden State in 6. I'll give the benefit of the doubt to Sac. And then I had Memphis against LA, which I think that's a sneaky good series. So it's the first time we're gonna see LeBron in the playoffs, and since the bubble. So yeah, 3 years. So it's weird because if any series in the West, because I don't think Golden State beating Sac is an upset. I think people expect that, but of LA against Memphis, I think that has the most potential to be an upset in the Western Conference. I think that has the most. That's the most likely big upset in the Western Conference, maybe even in the whole entire playoffs. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good matchup for AD. I don't know. That's a sneaky good series. I want to see this go 7 games, but probably most likely won't. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'll say Memphis in 7. I'll say Memphis in 7. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if LA pulls off the upset. So boom, that's my Western Conference. Now let's go ahead and get on to the Eastern Conference. I think Milwaukee will play Atlanta. I'm pretty sure they played like last year or 2 years ago as well. But Milwaukee's winning that. And how many games? I think that there's a good chance that could be a clean sweep. I'll just go ahead and say they're gonna get swept. I think Milwaukee's gonna win in 4. Cleveland and New York. That's a good fucking series. Both teams play incredibly hard, especially New York. I think Cleveland is the better team. I think they have the better players overall. Not a ton of playoff experience other than Donovan Mitchell. This could very easily be an upset. I'm going to say this is going to go 7 games. I'm going to go with the Knicks. I don't really believe in the Knicks, but I'm going to go and say the Knicks are going to win this series in 7. I don't know why. I have absolutely no idea why I'm picking the Knicks. I just have a feeling. On to Philly and Brooklyn, my team. So we got Brooklyn. I think it's a good matchup for us. I don't see anyone on Brooklyn guarding. They're probably going to double Joel. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. We're winning this series, and I'll say 5. I'll say 5. I think we win it in 5. They'll probably sneak one at home, game 3 or 4. But yeah, I'm gonna say. I like the Nets though. I'm kind of a fan of the new look Nets without their Katie and Kyrie. I like Bridges a lot. I like Dinwiddie. I like them. They're like pretty level. They have solid of everything. And then I have Boston and Miami, which, like I said before, that is a good series right there. I think it's a sneaky good series. I don't think Miami has the depth like Boston has. Boston just, top to bottom has depth after depth. They have player after player that can come in. But Miami's that dog team. Miami's that dog team that just you don't want to piss them off. It's that dog that you don't want to piss off. They could go on a run. They could, they're just the team that you don't want to piss off, man. But that's a great series, though. I don't think Boston's going to sweep them. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think Boston still ends up winning that in probably 5 or 6. But Miami is a tough first-round matchup for Boston. Like, if I'm a Boston fan or part of the team, I would not want to see Miami just because. So I had Milwaukee winning and New York winning. So Milwaukee versus New York in the second round. That's not. I think Cleveland will be the tougher matchup for Milwaukee. I think New York's a little bit of an easier matchup. So I think Milwaukee's going to win in 5 in the second round. So Milwaukee's got an easy road to the conference finals, in my opinion. They're not going to get tested really until the conference finals, in my personal opinion. I'll get more in depth next week's episode about the second and third round. But for now, I'll just kind of roughly go over who I think's going to win the second round. Now I think Philly versus Boston. It's hard to not be biased and say Philly's going to win that. It's obviously a tough matchup for Philly. I think Boston has the better team. It's not by a lot though. It's going to be a close matchup. It's like if James Harden plays like Houston James Harden, then this is a 7-game series. I'm gonna say if James Harden plays like Houston James Harden, this is a 7-game series. I don't know. It's hard to say because Boston is going to be tested by Miami. They might go 7 games. Who knows? Maybe they might go 6 games, and they might even go 7 games. So they're going to be coming into the second round bruised. I think they're going to have some, black eyes. They're going to have they might have a couple injuries. Like the Philly versus Boston in the second round could easily go 7 games. If I had to put money on it, though, I'd say, just because I'm a Philly fan, I gotta go Philly in 7. I'm gonna go Philly in 7. Philly, if Philly wins, it's gonna be in 7 though. We're not winning. We're not sweeping. We're not winning in 5, and we're not winning in 6. It's gonna be 7. So I'm gonna say Philly in 7. Down to the Western Conference, I had Denver going up against Phoenix. What a series that's gonna be. What a series that's going to be. What a fucking series, man. I don't even know who to say for that. I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. I have no idea who'd win that one. That's a tough matchup for Denver, though. That's a tough matchup for Denver. And then Memphis versus Golden State. Oh! Please let that fucking happen. Oh, my God. Please NBA gods, let Golden State and Memphis match up in the second round. Do I want to see that fucking matchup, bro? Who's gonna win? I can't fucking tell you. I just hope it goes 7 games, dude. I hope I see a lot of shit talking. Woo! Please let that happen. Please let that happen, dude. These second round matchups in the Western Conference are gonna be good. Wow. Really in all of them. All the second matchups are going to be good except for, Milwaukee and New York, I think. I don't know who's going to win that. Golden State, Memphis. That's a close one, too. All right, so that's my prediction for the NBA playoffs, which play-in starts tomorrow. Regular playoffs starts Saturday. Let me know what y'all think. Who do you guys got making it out of the first round? Who do you guys making out of the play-in? Let me know. UFC 287 was last Saturday. Alex Pereira versus Adesanya, the rematch. I watched it. It was a crazy, crazy card. This was, of course, the rematch of the first fight. Actually, they fought 4 times, 2 in kickboxing, and now this will be 2 in UFC, so 4 total. Adesanya wins it. Adesanya beats him to reclaim the belt. It was a great fight. They were kind of feeling each other out in the first round, and then Adesanya kind of goes back, and then people say he pretends he was hurt. Goes back, waits for that open shot, hits him with the right, hits him with another right, and knocks him out cold. I think this was a huge win. Huge win for Izzy. If he didn't win this, it's like if someone takes the belt from you after you've been winning and winning and winning and winning. If someone beats you and takes the belt, and then in the rematch they beat you again, there's not a lot you can say. Like, the other guy is just a better man, Like, it's like you have to beat him the next time, or else it's just like your stock plummets. You know what I mean? So, huge win for him. Let's go ahead and look at the standings after the card, And they still have Alex as the champ. That's kind of petty, It's 3 days or 3 days after the fight, and they haven't updated the rankings, God damn, update the fucking rankings, yo. But yeah, I mean, he's already beat him. He's beat him. He's beat him. He's beat him. He's beat literally everyone in the division. So we'll see who he fights next. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly go over some of the UFC. Quickly go over the card. I'm a huge Izzy fan, though. I'm a huge Izzy fan. Love him, man. Love his passion towards the sport. This division is so fucking good, man. I mean, you got Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, and that's a stacked division. Michael Chandler. Then you got, obviously, I'm not sure if Conor is going to be in this division or fighting in welterweight, but I fucking love this division, man. Love this division. Love it to death. Obviously, Leon beating Kamaru twice. This is another good division, though. This is another great division. That's going to be it for episode 5. Let me know what y'all think. I really just went over the NBA playoffs, gave you my prediction. Make sure you hit that like button. I'll be back next week for, maybe the reactions to the play-in games. And the first round of playoffs will have started by then. So, hey, let me know what y'all think about it. I'll see y'all next time. Peace!